Hi everyone, welcome to our recitation 4. In this recitation, I will talk about something about the advanced HTML programming language. In this recitation, we will build up a much more complicated web page using HTML and Visual Studio Code. My office hour is on Tuesday from 10 to 11 a.m. and you can come to my WebEx classroom to have a talk with me. Before this recitation, I would like to first talk about the assignment 2. You need to be very careful that in assignment 2, in the requirements file, we have mentioned that if you do not submit the computation process for your answers, you get 0 point. I have seen that some students did not submit your computation process for your answers, and I will give you a second chance to resubmit your file, and maybe I can give you just 2 to 3 points as a warning for your problem. And maybe at most you can get 22 or 23 points for assignment 2. And for assignment 2, I think the question of the second part, the third question is about what if we multiply a binary number by 2? What will the result pattern be? So the answer is just a simple pattern. If we multiply a binary number by 2, we just need to add a 0 to the end of this number, which is like, for example, we have a number which is a binary number 1100. If we multiply this number by 2 and the answer is 11000, it's very simple. You can just imagine that for each base, for a binary number, the base is 2 to the 0, 2 to the 1, 2 to the 2, 2 to the 3. And if you multiply this number by 2, we just add 1 to each base, to the power of each base, which means that the last digit, the base will be 2 to the 1, and then 2 to the 2, 2 to the 3, 2 to the 4. It's just like moving this number to the left by 1 bit and add a 0 to the end of this number. So this is the pattern for multiplying a binary number by 2. Okay, so now let's start with our recitation. First, you also need to start with your Visual Studio Code IDE. I think in the last recitation, I have already covered the installation and the configuration of VS Code. Some of you have sent me emails regarding the issues like you cannot install the VS Code on Mac Pro or Chromebook. I think on iOS operating system you can download and install VS Code successfully if you follow my instructions. But for the solution on the Chromebook, I have not found a great solution. Maybe later I will find some other software or IDE to replace Visual Studio Code. So the next step, you need to download the file, which is just a preparation for this recitation. This file will be located in Canvas CS170 website. In the Files tool, the folder name is Recitation Files, and you can see a file which is called Paradox file. So we go to this folder, which is called Recitation Files, and it's clear that we can see a file which is called paradox.html. You need to just download this file, and I think the default path for saving this file will be downloads. Okay, so you need to download this file. Once you have already downloaded the paradox.html file, now we will change back to our Visual Studio Code. We need to open this software and click the button file and click the choice open folder. I think your default downloading path for saving the downloaded file will be download, and for Mac it will be the same. You can choose this file folder as your working space, and also you can move the paradox.html file to your desktop or some other folders you want, and then open that folder as your working space. Okay, I choose this folder which is called download and click open this folder. So now I have opened up my folder and my workspace, and right now right here I can see a file which is called paradox.html. I just click this file to open. And in the last recitation, some of you have sent me files to see that you cannot see a button which is called go live on the right bottom of this page. That is because that you have not opened a folder as your workspace. You need to remember that once you have already opened a folder as your workspace, this menu bar will become in blue color rather than purple. Okay, so this is the paradox HTML file. For this recitation, we will do some modifications on this file and change it to a very complicated and useful web page which contains hyperlinks, images, and other useful informations. Okay. First, we can just go briefly to look at this paradox HTML file. First, look at the basic structure of this file. It has just one HTML tag, and also this HTML tag contains two tags which are head tag and body tag. And we just give some metadata and also the title in the head tag. In the body tag, it contains all the necessary contents that we want to present to the audience of our web page, including the headings, which are H1, H2, and also the paragraphs, which is P tag, right? And B representing for bold, B-O-L-D. We want to present this sentence in bold. And also we can see a tag which is I represents for italic. We want to present this sentence in italic pattern. So this is just a web page which only contains some text data. And now we want to build up a much more complicated web page which contains hyperlinks, images, text, and even we can add some music to this web page. And I will show you how to do this. And I also need to mention that something I have talked about in the last recitation. If you cannot figure out what is the meaning of some text, you can use the w3schools.com, this tutorial webpage for detailed information about text. You can just click the HTML reference, and now it will present the HTML element reference. You can just search the tag name, and you can see the usage and the documentation for this tag. Okay. So you need to be very familiar with this w3schools.com, this tutorial for HTML and web application development. Our first task is to insert a hyperlink to this web page. The hyperlink is plato.stanford.edu Tyers Russell. So the task is to turn the first mention of this person Russell into a hyperlink. And once and in the web page we present to our audience, once the audience click this hyperlink, they can get into the introductions of this famous person. Okay, so we need to use a hyperlink tag, which is just an A, and we have a parameter which is called href. Within the quotes, we need to insert the URL for the hyperlink that we want to insert. And in the beginning tag and the end tag, between them, we want to just insert the link text. And now I will show you how to do this. So this is the first paragraph. This man is called Russell right here on the line 11, or maybe the line number for your page will be different because I have roomed this page. So the first man is called Bertrand Russell, and we want to turn this text into a hyperlink. So the task will be very easy. So we just press space to leave some space, and we just type A, and then we just press tab. You need to ensure that you have already configured the emmet, this extension, okay? If you have already configured emmet, once you type A and then you press tab, sorry, give me a second. And once you press tab, and you will just insert a hyperlink tag automatically. And right here within the quotes, the parameter is called href. We need to insert the URL for this, which is https I remember it's pato.stanford.edu entires entries okay, so this is the URL, and the next job is to remove this link text into the medium within this this hyperlink tag. Okay, so we need to move the link text into the medium area for this tag. So we have already insert a hyperlink, which is about the introductions related to this person, this famous person. And now we want to test whether our hyperlink tag can work normally. And we just click Go Live and open this web page. And now we can see clearly that this person, the text for this person have changed to a hyperlink, and we just click this and to test whether we can just jump to that link. So I think it's successful. Now we have moved to this web page. So we have jumped to this hyperlink, which is about Russell. So I have shown you the process for changing the texture data into a hyperlink, and now I will give you a small task. You need to do the same with the first mention of this Margaret in the second paragraph. I believe that the mention for Margaret is right here. So you need to just change this text data into a hyperlink. I will give you just 1 to 2 minutes, and later you can just test by yourself. We have already taught you how to insert a hyperlink into a web page. Now the second text is about how to insert an image into a web page. First, we need to just find the picture resources. Right here, I recommend Wikimedia Commons because you know that sometimes if you just use the image randomly, you will just violate the copyright of the authors. We should not do that. So I just recommend Wikimedia Commons as a picture resources once you want to finish your assignments. And it's quite easy to just get the link address for a picture on Wikimedia Commons. Just click right button and click copy image address. I will show you how to do this. For example, we want to use later our task will be inserting one picture of Belgium and test it. So I will search for Belgium. So you can just search Belgium within Wikimedia Commons, and you can get some results. And now, if you want to, give me a second. You can just select one picture you want, and just right click on this picture, and you can see a choice which is called copy image address. You can just click this, and then you need to paste this link address to your image tag. Okay, I will show you the second step. So if we want to insert the image of Belgium before the second paragraph right here, we just press enter to leave some space, and we need to just type img and then press tab. The source will be the image address we just copied from Wikimedia. So we just press Ctrl V on Windows, or just Command plus V on the MacBook. So this is the address for the image. It's a little bit long. So the LT means the alternative for this image, which means that sometimes we will lose the network connection and the audience cannot see the this image correctly. So it will just show a text to introduce what is this image about to your audience, and the text within this pair of quotes will be the text you show to your audience when the audience cannot see the image. So for this ALT, we just write Belgium. And also, we just use two parameters for this image. The first is the source, which is necessary, and second is ALT alternative, which is also necessary. Sometimes we may want to just change the width and height of this image to make this image presenting correctly. So we also need another parameter which is called width, and we just type width and press tab. We can use, for example, 120 pixels, and for height we can use 2000 pixels. 200 pixels. And now for this image tab we have four parameters. First is the source. We just copied our image address to this parameter, and the second is alternative and width and height. And now we want to show the result. So change back to our live server. So now you can see on the second paragraph, you can see the image we have already inserted. So you can also just change the parameters of the width. For example, we can just enlarge the width to 300, and then we press Ctrl plus S or Command plus S on MacBook, and we change back. We can see this the size of this web page has for this image has been changed. It looks like much more reasonable, right? So this is the second task, which is to insert an image into our web page. So the next part is about the styles. We sometimes, for example, for this web page right now, it just have a blank background, and the size of your text is within the default setting. So sometimes we would like to change the styles of our web page, and I will teach you how to do this. The setting for style is just a parameter rather than a tag, which means that once you want to add some styles to your web page, you just need to change the style of one specific tag rather than adding a style tag to your web page. So the style is just a parameter of one specific tag. The format is like style equal to quotes, and within the quotes, the properties of the style parameter will be presented in a pair of property and value, which is like the color is a property of a style, and the value is green, blue, or red, or some color value. Okay, I will show you how to do this first. Our first job is just to add a floating property of image, and our floating pattern is on the left. So right now we just need to add a parameter style equal to float left into the image tag. Right here on the image tag, which we can just type style and float left. Because the default setting will be left, we can just write type right and then get back to our web page to test. Now we can clearly see that our web page, our inserted image has been changed to the right place. So you can also add another parameter. Another property for the style, like the color. Maybe for image you cannot edit the color. And within, if you have more than one properties for one style, you need to use the semicolon as a separation. For example, color green. But I think for the image, the color property will not work. Yes. For text, it will work. So, for example, we can just add a style to our paragraph tag. Style equal to color blue, and get back. So we can see that the text is on the blue color. So you can just try by yourself to test some other properties. If you want to change the background color of the whole web page, you need to modify the style for the body tag. So in the body tag, you need to insert style equal background color black and color is yellow, and press Control plus S for saving and get back. We can see that our background color has been changed to black and the text has been changed to yellow. And right now we have just seen a very interesting phenomenon, which is that other text data has been changed to yellow color, but our first paragraph is also in the blue color. So that's because that we have already added the color style for the first paragraph. So there exists a conflict, the style conflict. So for the style presenting, so the rule for resolving the conflicts is the closest style wins, which means that for the style of the first paragraph, the closest setting for the style is within the paragraph tag. It's right here on the 11th line, style equal to color blue, rather than the body within the body tag. So this closest style setting is wings. So we look at our web page. The first paragraph is in blue color. Okay. So this is the rule for resolving conflicts. And once we delete the color, for example, once we delete the style color blue and save, we change back. We can just see it's in the yellow color. Okay. So now what we have already talked about is to change the style of some organized structure like a paragraph, a heading, or also the body. But sometimes we just want to change the specific number or even a word. For example, now we would like to just change the color of this word paradox. So right now, the paradox, we cannot see the organization for this single word paradox. So we need to, the solution for example, now we want to change this text, the color of this text into red. So what we do is right here is we need to just add a tag for this single word and then change the style of that tag. So what we do right here is to just using the span tag. So we just type span and press tab. And then we move the paradox on this word into this tag. And then we edit the style for the span tag, like style equal to color red, and just save this file. Change back to our web page. It's clear that this word has been changed to, this word paradox has been changed to red color. You can also test by yourself to change the color of another single word. So the next task is to add a list to our web page. For example, our task is to insert a list for 3 items, and also for the third item, 1928 intermediate, we have a sublist which has 2 items. So we want to just insert this list to unordered list to our web page. So what we use is the tag of UL. For example, we want to just insert this list after our second paragraph. And you can be aware that every time you want to just insert some texture data, you can just use a paragraph tag to just organize this file, this texture data. So we just add a paragraph. And within the paragraph, we would like to insert an unordered list. The tag name is UL, and then press tab. Sorry. And within the UL, if we want to just insert 3 items, and we need to use the tag of li, which representing for line. So this is the first line, and the texture data for the first line is 1920 landscape. Okay, so we just insert 1920 landscape, and we can just save to test. So right now it's clear that we have inserted an unordered list, and right now it just has 1 item, which is 1920 landscape. So the second is 1925, the buzzer and the window, and 1928 intermediate. So we can just add another lines. right now line is 1925, the button and the window. So we would like to just turn our book name into italic style. So we need to use the I tag. And the third line it should be 928 intermediate. And also the italic tag. So we have already inserted an unordered list which contains 3 items. So now we are faced with a problem. Within the third item, 9020 intermediate, we want to insert a sub list which contains 2 items. Just an introduction to this book. How to do this? It's quite easy. You can just add another UL tag within this line. So this sub unordered list has 2 items. The first is a gray book. And the second line is it was started in 1927. It was started in 1927. So now I think we have built up a list which contains 3 items, and for the third item, it contains a sub list which contains 2 items, and we just save this file and change back to our web page. It's clearly that we have already inserted this list successfully. So this is about how to insert a list to our web page. And also you can set the style for the list. For example, you can add a style parameter and first like the float on right and text line also on center. So now it's clear that we have already changed the style for our list successfully. So this is you can also set the style for your list. The next topic is about the tables, how to insert a table to our web page. If we want to insert a table to our web page, the tag is just a table, table, and also we can use a caption tag to add the caption or title of this table. And within the table, if we want to just insert a row to this table, we need to use the tag which is called tr, which means table row. And also within one table row, we need to, if we want to just add cells to the table, we need to use the tag td or th. Th representing for table cell within the first row, and td represents for the just a normal cell within some random rows. For example, we can just add a table which contains two rows and one row contains 2 cells. For example, the code will be like this. After this list, table and T row, and first row it should be, and within the row we have 2 cells, so TH. First TH is artist, and TH birthplace. And now we add the second row, and it contains 2 cells. We need to use TD. First is Margaret. And second cell is less in Belgium. So we have already add a table to our web page. We can save this table and then change back to see the result. So now we have just insert a table successfully. The table just contains 2 rows, and the first 2 cells are artist and birthplace, and next is the name and the birthplace of this writer. Okay. And also this artist, sorry. And also we can just add the border to this table. We need to add a parameter in the table tag. Border equals to 1. 1 means the size. And now it's clear that we have already added a border to our table. So this is the method of inserting a table to our web page. The last task is to just add a box model to our heading. Because the box model is a little bit difficult, and you can use this web page to just get some suggestions. So this is a box model of a web page, which means that we have a margin, a border, a padding, and also content. This is a model for the web page. It's a little bit difficult to use. You can just try it by yourself using this button, try yourself. You can just see the result for running this box model. You can change the parameters of within the style tag or something like this to try it by yourself. And our task is much more simpler. You need to apply a red border to Russell paradox H2 heading, and a yellow border to the Margaret paradox H2 heading. So the way is a little bit easy. We can see the H2 heading, the heading 2 tag, and we just need to add a style to this tag. Style and border 5 pixels solid red. And for the second heading, the Margaret paradox, style equal to border also 5 pixels, yellow border. Sorry. Yeah, solid yellow. And save this file. We can use live server to test. So now it's clear that we have already added a red border to our first heading and add a yellow border to our second heading. So I think I've already covered all the contents for this recitation, and I think it's a little bit difficult for you to understand and can use all the text within this recitation. You need to just try by yourself to use the hyperlink tag, image tag, style parameter, list tag, and table tag, and also about the box model. You need to try by yourself. You need to write the code to do the experiments, to test them, and then you will quickly learn the text. Okay? And the attendance question for this recitation is, what is the favorite city of US of your TA? What is your TA's favorite city of US? And the answer is New Brunswick. Okay? So the attendance question is, what is your TA's favorite city of US? The answer is New Brunswick. Okay, bye.